So today we will look at the liver. Basically, liver is the largest exocrine gland. It is largest exocrine gland and it produces bile. It produces bile which has no enzymes. It has no enzymes for digestion. It has pigments, acids, water, and we will talk about the composition of bile in my next video, right? So liver is the largest exocrine gland and it produces bile. About 400 to 800 ml of bile is produced, right? So now let's talk about the weight of this liver. So the weight of liver is 1.6 kg. This is the weight of liver. So basically liver has four lobes. Liver has four lobes, right? But majorly it has two lobes known as right lobe and left lobe, right? The right lobe is quite big. It's high, it has high width than the left one. So you can say that the right lobe is quite big than the left lobe. Basically there are four lobes, but majorly there are two, and they are located at the posterior side. These both are located in the posterior, they are located at the anterior side. They both are located anteriorly, right? Now we have two other lobes which are known as quadrate and caudate, right? So these both are quite minor. These both are small lobes which are located on the posterior side. These both are located at the posterior side. So basically we know that gallbladder is attached to liver. So basically this gallbladder is attached to which lobe? Gallbladder is attached to quadrate lobe. Attached with gallbladder, right? So basically this gallbladder produces 30,500 ml of bile, right? It stores 30,500 ml of bile, right? And the gallbladder is attached to the quadrate lobe. Now the liver is covered by a membrane or a covering which is known as peritoneum. It is basically it is a covering of the liver and it is inelastic. It is inelastic, right? So let me show you the diagram, how these quadrate and caudate lobes are managed. Okay, as you can see in the given diagram, over here we are having, this is the right lobe, this is the left lobe, right? So here you can see this region is known as quadrate lobe over here, and here it is caudate lobe. So this is the anterior side. Basically this is the anterior side and this is the posterior side, right? So this is the posterior view. It is written over here too. This is posterior view. This is a posterior view, right? And over here we are having this anterior view, right? So you can see over here, this is the caudate lobe and here gallbladder is attached to the quadrate lobe, right? And this is the gallbladder. As you can see, it is present on the posterior side, this gallbladder, right? And if someone asks you that to which lobe the gallbladder is attached, you will say, according to this diagram, you will say that it is attached to right lobe, but that's wrong. At the posterior side, it is attached to quadrate lobe, so the quadrate lobe will be the right answer, right? So I hope it's clear to you. Now let's discuss the internal structure of a lobe, like what is the generally how a lobe actually looks like, right? So let me draw it basically. Okay, so here we are having something like this. Right, this capsule is known as Gleason's capsule. This capsule is known as Gleason's capsule. It is a fibrous structure. It is made up of fibrous structure. It helps to maintain shape. Basically, we are having polygonal shape or hexagonal shape of this Gleason's capsule. So it can be hexagonal or it can be polygonal, right? So after this, we are having over here hepatic cord. Okay. Okay, so basically over here, okay, I hope it's clear. Okay, basically this structure is known as hepatic cord. This is known as hepatic cord. It contains hepatocytes. What are hepatocytes? Hepatocytes are basically the cells of liver. It contains hepatocytes. It contains hepatocytes, right? Basically, okay, this. These are hepatocytes. Okay, and between these hepatocytes, we are also having some fat cells. We are having some fat cells in between this hepatic cord. Okay, these hepatocytes are rich in glycogen. These are rich in glycogen, and these hepatocytes basically produce bile. These produce bile. So actually in between this, these are some sinusoid. Here we are having this known as sinusoid, right? These are some big cells known as Kupffer cells. Kupffer cells. What are they work? Actually, they work in defense mechanism. They work in defense mechanism. Basically, these are phagocytes. These are phagocytes, right? So now let's look deep into this hepatic cord, right? Let me make the diagram of hepatic cord. So this is the hepatocytes. Okay, this is hole is known as hepatic cord. This is known as hepatic cord. These are cells known as hepatocytes. They contain high mitochondria plus Golgi body. This contain high mitochondria plus high Golgi bodies, right? Now over here these hepatocytes basically produce bile, and over here, okay, the space between, like, this is a space, right? This is a space between the hepatocytes. The space is known as hepatic canaculi. Hepatic canaculi. The space is known as hepatic canaculi basically, and the duct which is inside this hepatic cord is known as Hering duct. This is known as Hering duct. But when this Hering duct goes out from this hepatic cord, it becomes bile duct. Right, inside this hepatic cord the duct is known as Hering duct, in which this bile is produced. But when it will go out from this, like from this region of hepatic cord, it will become bile duct, right? So I hope this is clear to you. Okay, next, okay, can I remove this because I have to write other things too over here. Okay, I hope these things are clear to you. Now over here, as you have seen, this is, okay, oh, what I did. Okay, this is hepatic. Let me erase it. This is hepatic vein. What is the function of this is that it will carry the deoxygenated blood to vena cava. Deoxygenated blood to vena cava, right? Now over here, this is the basically bile duct, right? Okay, here we are also having another duct which is known as hepatoportal vein. Hepatic portal vein. Hepatic portal vein. Now what is the work of this? Portal means, wherever you see word portal, it means that it is coming from other organs too. So it is a vein which is providing nutrients from other organs, like from small intestine, from pancreas, from spleen, from gallbladder. It is coming from these organs and it is coming with nutrients, and it will provide nutrients to this liver, right? So what's the function of hepatic portal vein? That it will provide nutrients to liver. Now we are having another vein over here which is known, another artery over here which is known as hepatic artery. So what is the function of hepatic artery? Basically the function of hepatic artery is to provide oxygenated blood to liver. It provides oxygenated blood to liver. So I hope this vein, portal vein, hepatic artery is clear to you. Now, like, this liver shows the power of regeneration. Liver shows power of regeneration. What does that mean? That it can regenerate itself. If its cells get damaged, it will regenerate those cells, right? Okay, one interesting thing to note that rat plus horse, they don't have gallbladder, right? So I hope this anatomy of liver is clear to you. In my next video, I'll be discussing about the function of liver. So I hope this is clear.